Well, I've completed my second book ever, and I did this a couple of months ago. And as I'm unpacking things and doing things, I wanted to be able to go through some of this, not so good, some of it's good. It's just the journey of coloring. So let's go into it. Small Victories, the coloring book of little wins and miniature masterpieces. This is such a great book. And if you're brand new to coloring, where do I get started? This is a great book. There's plenty of color alongs. It's big enough to be fun, small enough to be manageable, and it gets you a dip and dive into the coloring world. It's great paper. It can handle almost anything, but it's a great start just to get started. Um, Most of the colors in here, it's going to be Prisma because that's where I started. And I think this book, when did this come out? 2023? I don't know when this, when did this come out? Oh, I don't know. I'll have to look that up. But at any rate, so yes, I bought plenty books, but this was the one I was in one of her books and I'm like, gosh, I wish she had a smaller book, one for travel, one for learning, and then boom, she came out with it. And I know many were in the coloring community well before this book ever came out, and they're like, oh yes, I would love, or I would assume you would love to have this. So let's get in here. Most everything on this one I think was Prisma. And again, just a fun little color. Um, I don't do backgrounds very well. I have a commitment issue. I know, that's just me. Someday. And I usually don't want to color things over again, but sometimes I do. And I think this is a book that would be fun to color again, just to see, do I get better with my coloring or worse with my coloring? These were metallic, and that was kind of one of the last ones. So you can, I don't know if you can see the metallic-y nature in them or not. But if you're, as long as you don't put too much water down, this book can handle it. This one, all of these are just fun for different reasons, different ways. I'd never thought about just coloring like a little circle. Why? I don't know. Because for me, I color inside the lines, don't color outside the lines. But part of being creative is stepping outside. I did this one back in 2024, and I was trying to step into the realm of oranges and yellows. I don't like oranges and yellows. I know it's kind of a repetitive theme here. Commitment issues with backgrounds, and don't like yellow and orange. I don't know why, but I was trying to learn how to appreciate them and do them better. I do like the blues, the greens, the pinks, the little reds, yes. I had so much fun on this page. Now, this was a little bit later on when I was learning how to do things a little bit better. I want to say, oh, and I get this wrong every single time, and every single time I say I'm going to write it down. It's Karen's Colorful Country Life, or it's Karen's Country Colorful Life. But you'll know who Karen is. And she had a color combination for rusty colors, or metal. I think it was metal or rust. And so I had fun with that, just kind of doing the little rusty boat, the little rusty truck. And I would have to say, out of all of them, gosh, it's so hard because this was a page that I was like, oh my gosh, I love this one, obviously. I really liked this one. This one, oh, if I could be free, I would live in that. Or not live in it, but drive that. But that was probably my next favorite. So it's like these four are kind of my favorites. Then this one, I did this one back 6 of 24. I need to go back to dating my pages so I can go back. But I really love neon highlighters, just because I love the way I always want to do this for the Day of the Dead, but the highlighters, they just don't work on the paper sometimes. And I know people don't like neons, but I love neon. If I could find a really good set of neon pencils, oh, my heart would just pitter patter. This one's super fun, and it's weird because a lot of this is coming through over here, but you know what? I care, but I don't. It's like, well, okay. I love the little toadstool or mushroom, toadstool, mushroom. I love the blues and the pinks. Again, trying to learn, I'll get there on my yellows. I loved this page. Coloring homes, I really like it, but I find it hard because it's like, well, what color do you color them? And it's because in the real world, we don't really have a lot of color on our homes. But other places in the or not in the United States, but out in the world, they have very, very colorful homes. So it's just fun to do that. I've seen some where people do really great backgrounds. I'll get there, not today. I love this color combination, even though it's yellow and oranges. I could do that. It was really fun. And I was trying to kind of mimic what I did over here with the dinosaurs. And I do like the play off of, they're not exactly the same colors, but they're close enough in that color hues and tone and volume and all that. I really did have fun doing the little dinosaurs. I thought they were super cute. The fishies, love them. My favorites, okay. And I look back and I'm like, okay, you can color with yellow. You just don't like it. This is very pretty. I liked the way that came out. I wanted a little bit more muted tones, but I did want them to play off of one another, but not, again, be too matchy. And then I liked these homes. They were a little bit more muted, so that was super fun. I would love to live in a house like this. I would love a pink house, and I would love for it to have the little greenhouse off to the side. That to me would be this side for plants, and then over here, a coloring room. This was super fun just to go through. I'm not sure when I started this, and it may have been one of my very first pages because they were super tiny. And each day you could just be like, okay, I'm going to color just this. Like she says, the small little win for the day. And most of these were done in glitter. I just don't think it picks up very well on camera. I don't know if that one's picking up or not. There's this. But it was fun just to grab the, just those small little glitter pens, and it was pretty fast. Just every day do a couple. You could take a day and do like a whole page or a whole line. So again, this is why this is really good. Traveling, going to the doctor's office, the whole 9 yards. This was fun. There we go. First background. I don't know if it's my first background, but tried to do a background. And I don't know if I'll do backgrounds, but I thought, just have fun and play. This one I did as I started to learn how to blend better. Getting, this one came off of, Pinterest. There was a gal, and she has like a color of the day. And this was one that she did, and I just absolutely loved it. And so I thought, well, that could be pretty there. I would float down the river in that. I'd float down the river in that. Okay, fine, I'll float down to the river in that. Again, just some basic, nothing too severe, nothing, just fun coloring, just not taking coloring so seriously. And sometimes it is nice to have those pages where you're going for the masterpiece. And then there's just times where it's just like color to paper. I don't care. Scribble it down, throw it down, water it down, whatever it takes. And then this one was just this summer. I'd started it but finished it. A lot of these came from this little palette that has, I don't know if like 6 to 8, maybe 12 little metallic paints. And so I finished them off. This one for being green, I really like that one. I don't know if you kind of get that glitter and shimmer on that. I liked this one. It was kind of like a little ode to a space beetle. Of course, I'm going to love that one because it's the purples and the pinks. Yes, love that one. Little ladybug. I liked that one. I don't know if it picks up or not. This one's kind of fun. Very I don't know if I would have done those color combinations, but I think they work. Again, a little spacey. I love this one, and it's because this is the black, and I just watered it way, 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 way down to kind of get that gray. And then I took extra sparkles and put in there, and then I like that one. This one kind of fun. Love the little dragonfly. And then doing the oranges and the yellows. So that was just super fun to do those. Just cute, fun. These I believe are, I think these are Brute Furniture squares, but I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember. And then I think this one might be, oh, Woomer? I can't remember. Is that terrible? I can't remember. But I don't know, an old video, I think it's there. I did put a little shimmer down. I don't know if you can see it or not. But I like the colors on them. I like the bold and bright. This one a little bit more muted, only because I wanted it for fall. And I did enjoy doing those muted down colors. I think there's times for those muted, more, I wouldn't say realistic, because I'm not a realistic. There's somebody for that. I think her name is Chan. I think is her last name, Chan. She's amazing when it comes to that. And I'm sorry if I got her name wrong. Now, I will say the tiniest element on here, I loved the way these little blueberries came out. I don't know why, but I just did. Out of everything on the page, that's what I like. Food, you know, it's not my thing, but I don't mind doing it. But it's like, I would say this is probably my favorite on here just because of the light, getting that down. Food, it's hard because I just don't know the colors. But that was back in 2023 when I first got started. Then I like this one. It's kind of cute. It's okay. And then all the little flowers. And then this one is fun too. You get to just do, you know, a couple a day, one a day. You know, this would be fun when you're at work. You could pack this with a, you know, a small set of whatever pencils or pens are your favorite. You just tuck it, you know, tuck it away. And when you're on a break or lunch, you know, if you've got time, when you're trying to eat, probably don't have time, but maybe. This one was fun. I did this last year and I wanted there to be the moon. And this was kind of one of my many first attempts at background. And I wanted it to be a little darker, not spooky or scary or horror, but I just wanted it to be a little darker. And if you don't look, I should have grabbed a piece of black paper. Like if you cover this up, it doesn't look half bad. And it just helps everything pop. And then just putting that moon in the back, I don't know, it was just the mood I was in. I was in the mood for a moon. The little shelves, again, I was just getting started, trying to learn how to do some mixing. Wasn't really sure what I was doing, but I was having fun, and that's all that I really cared about. Then I loved the way this turned out, the bright favorite colors. This one comes out pretty good. And it's really interesting how things transfer over, even if they're pencil. But like I said, I'm okay with it. If I were to put tissue paper in between all of these, the book would be this thick. So you just have to live with it. This was fun. And I believe, were these Woomer? These were either Woomer or Ohuhu pencils. I can't remember, but I love the colors on those. And then I loved these. It was fun to do a limited color for each little section. And that was fun to do that. Normally I wouldn't do that, but had fun with those too. The little jars, super fun, super cute. You will notice this one, Karen's Colorful Country Life. She had a color along tutorial, and I would really say if you're brand new to, well, you don't even have to be brand new to coloring, but if you're in coloring, you're stuck, you don't know where to go, you're brand new, you're trying to learn, take a couple of her tutorials. You don't have to color all of them, but I will say that once I took the tutorial, and I've done 2 or 3 of them, it really teaches you the usage of your pencils and not to be afraid of them. I was so afraid of pencils. I was coloring too lightly. And with her tutorial, it kind of teaches you how to mix your colors. And it's a great way to learn. And I've said this time and time again, I was going to leave coloring. I was like, I don't want to do this. It's just not fun. It's not looking good. But once you kind of learn how to use the materials, then it really becomes fun. So I would really encourage you to go and look at a couple of her tutorials. This one, yeah, okay. This one I had fun with. I thought this was super cute. Some of these I've blended down, some of them I haven't. It just depends on the mood that I'm in. If I were to do this over again, it would be fun to, not realism, but make them look more like this. This one was more of a tester page of certain items. Like this was a highlighter pen, and you can see highlighters are for highlighting. They're not for coloring, but boy, I'll force those puppies to do what I want them to do. And then these were just more muted down colors. I do like those big bold colors, but there are times where you gotta, just try something new and something different. This was fun. I did want to try to do background. It didn't work, didn't happen. I would have to say on this page, my favorite, believe it or not, is probably this one, even though it's in the browns. I don't know what it is about that one, but I really like that. I do like my blues. So what my goal was is that this was spring, this was summer, this was autumn, and this was winter. And my thought and my idea was to do a background in the colors also of spring, summer, fall, and winter. And I couldn't figure out the background part. But that was really fun to kind of do that little section in those colors. And then I love this one. Again, I don't know if I necessarily like the yellows with the pink. I probably wouldn't do that again, but it is what it is. This one I had fun. Now I did not blend this down. I just colored and I didn't blend it, but I like it. It's powdery, which is not typically me. I don't like powdery either, but I liked this one and it came out really pretty. The limited palette, I think it was 2 shades of blue and 3 shades of pink, and the pink kind of almost matches my nails. Loved these. At first I wasn't sure I was going to like these, but they were fun to do. Just again, a quick, fast, easy color, and that's what this book is about. And when you're a new colorist, or even just a colorist that you're just like, I just don't want to think, I just want to have some fun, again, a great book. And one that I think, you can come back to time and time again. I do like this one. I like the way the colors kind of came out. This one, not so much. But again, not every page has to be knock it out of the park for me. This one, I wanted to try to do, again, a different palette, different colors, not the colors that I would typically choose. I tried to introduce a little bit of yellow, a little bit of orange, a little bit of the browns, a little bit of more earthy tones, but occasionally you'll see a little bit of a bright color pop in. I like the way the roof came out on that one. I like my little boat here. I do like this little pumpkin where it's not your traditional pumpkin, though I do think these are starting to become almost traditional in nature. I do like the pear. I thought that was cute. I like the key, and I always like the little crocuses and or no, I don't think those are crocuses. What are these? Hollyhocks? Lupins? Whatever. And then the little dogs, I thought those were so cute. Little puppies. And sometimes I will color the doodlies. I'm not a big fan of those, but I will do them. So sometimes, like if they're on someone's skin or something, I'll just color over it. As I've said time and time again, kind of like a tattoo. And then sometimes I will color them just to have fun, and then do the background color. I love the little boats. It was fun to do those. Again, I did the little rusty boat, which I thought was cute. I love that. I actually like all of these boats, to be honest. I like my little pink boat. I like the turquoise boat. I just like them all. I think they're all really cute. This one, I don't know if this was a color along in Karen's Country Life, but it looks like it would be, I think. I don't know. But again, love that one. No, I don't think that was this was a color along for Karen's Country Life. And that was fun just again to learn how to get the colors to work. Um, it just helps catapult you and get you going in the right direction. This page, I got to be honest, I hate this page. I hate everything on this page. I do not like the way my rainbow came out. I do not like the way that came out. Well, the rocks are okay, but I don't like anything on this one. This page could go away for all I care, but you know, it is what it is. This page will never really be completed. It's my tester page for all my different pencils, and I haven't got them all done. But it's a great page to try out, and I try to pick the blues and that so I can see how they work on all the different pencils. The little chickadees, I was in a very colorful mood that day, and I was just like, throw them all down. I love the little space one. This was super fun. I think this was Space Timber last year. Not in 2025, but 2024. And to be honest, I like them all. I like the green. Probably, I know you guys are going to be shocked. These three are my favorite. The pink, the green, and the purple. That one's okay. I think that one's good and that one's good. This page, this is my favorite. And these were Lyra pencils. Wow, they are great pencils. I do not use them very often, and I need to. There is something about those pencils that I'm not sure what it is. Here, I'll bring this up a little closer. They have this bright, muted, I don't know how that works, but there's something about them that they're not sharp pencils, meaning not sharp in their like point, but sharp in their color. They, I think, would be fabulous as background coloring pencils, but man, do I love those pencils. I don't use them a lot. I need to, but I loved the way those came out. That's about the only thing I really like. Not digging on that so much, but I had fun with those. This page, cute. Not a big fan of the limeys. And what's crazy is this page is very blurry. It came that way from the printer when I got the book. And I don't know if everybody's was blurry, but mine was. I don't like the limey green. It's okay, but I don't know if I like them as the whole page. I like that, believe it or not, for being orange. I like that one. I like my little frog. Little bird, that's cute. Hedgehog. The fox, the squirrel, the rabbit, and the owl. I can't remember who I did first, but I kind of carried over. And I like the way this one came out. And then this one, that's my favorite. I love that. Even though it's yellow, I do like the blues and the blacks on that. But it's fun. It is so fun to come back, and I don't remember coloring this at all. I don't remember coloring this page at all. But then there are other pages you totally remember coloring them and what you were doing in your life and, you know, what you were thinking. But I mean, it's an okay page. Obviously, we know what we think of this page. I like that up here. Food. I was trying to do an apple. Did not come out well. I liked my berries. I thought my berries came out good. My cherries kind of came out okay. Let's see. That's about it. Oh, I guess the persimmon's not too bad, you know. Ice cream, not nearly as fun as it should have been. This is a very drab, boring, sad ice cream. Ice cream should never be sad, but somehow I made ice cream sad. Terrible that I made ice cream sad. I like the little turtle. Thought that came out cute. And then I did love the little flowers in here. again, just an awesome book for all of that. And then doing the seasonal, the spring, the summer, fall, and winter. Just, I love how she did those sequentially like that. I love the birds. And I liked this page. I thought this was a really fun page. Of course, I'm gonna like that one. I do love the little fish. It does looks like it looks like it got sunburned. I need to fix that. It looked like it had its goggles on and then got sunburned. For browns, I like that. For yellows, I like that. That's not so bad. The purple, I do like that. And of course, I love the little cherry. But outside of that, that's pretty much it for that page. This one, for being kind of brown and boring, not bad. Like, this page isn't bad at all. If I were to do it over again, I'm not so sure I would do all the trees green and all the houses brown. But you get going and it just kind of is what it is. Out of the flower page, yes, the purples. That's about it. I mean, they're okay, but I like the purples better. I guess this one's not horribly bad, but I don't know if that's the best color choices. This page was so fun, and I wish that I had copied this or so I could do it over and over in different color combinations, but I love this. So fun. I do like the little snail, the little flower in the bottle. And this one, super cute. Of course, the purples I'm gonna like. Cute. The dragons. This is the other. How do you make a dragon look ugly? Let me show you right here. How do you make a dragon look ugly? Whew, this was a test. So this is the Pentel Spark. Oh, no. Pardon me. This is my embossing. And I thought it would be fun to try to do the embossing on that. It looked terrible and there was no way to pull it back. So how do you make it look ugly? Just pick the worst color combinations, things that don't match, mediums that don't match in tone or texture or volume. That's how you do it. This one, not so bad. I mean, compared to that one, it looks gorgeous, but it's not really all that good to begin with. This one, just fun. You know, it is what it is. And then when you do the embossing, it does pull through. So I'm like, oh, I can't emboss on the double-sided, but that's okay. And then the florals, for being kind of the yellows and whatever, that's not too bad. I'm not a big fan of really any of these. Like, it was just, the colors are okay. They just seem very washed out. Nothing too fun, nothing too great. This one, funner. To me, this was just brighter and funner. This one I did in highlighter, I believe. Was it highlighter I did this one in? And neons. This one I love. Just the two tones of blue with the sparkle pop. And then this was, trying to remember what this one was, but it's all pen work, so I liked that. It's okay. Love that one, and that's fun. And then this one, I just had a good time with this one. I can't remember when I did this, to be honest, and I don't have a date on it. Again, I don't like the limey green, so I think the limey green is good for a highlight, but maybe not for the whole page. And then that's it, the end. I like my little boat, my little tester page, and then I did the little tester down here. And that's it. I've completed the small victories. It was a lot of fun. And again, yes, I think I will color this book again. I don't know when it will be colored again, but I do think it's one that might be worth it just for fun. So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you are enjoying your coloring time. And until next time, enjoy. There's plenty of paper out there. Go find yourself some paper and just have a great colorful time.